I'm not going to wait for anybody to come in here, actually. This is just a message for the people over in Darling Nikki's chat, specifically the village idiot Glenn and his man crush, Save Robbie. There's a couple things that I want to clear up for the community, and probably should have done this. Hey, Stale Snickers, good to see ya. This isn't going to be long. I just want to clear a couple things up verbally because I'd like to stop these things before they turn into some kind of weird little internet rumors through the games of telephone that these fuckers like to play. I'm sitting outside right now, and second night in a row, the cops have not shown up. Of my own house where I live with my wife, whom does not have a restraining order on me, nor does the state of New Jersey. I want everybody to know I have no charges. I'm not on probation. The last event that occurred in our lives was dismissed. If you're taking your legal cues from idiots like Nina, when something's remanded, that means that there was not enough evidence for a grand jury to indict. There was no indictment. I was never indicted. It was remanded and then it was dismissed. There is no restraining order. There are no police that are going to show up and take anybody to jail. I never moved back in with my wife illegally. None of those things occurred. And moving forward, as these things cease, I can't really think of the word there. Hey, Chunky Monkey, what's going on? As these things continue, because I don't expect them to quit. This Save Robbie individual just came into some money, so it seems kind of bingy. Maybe, I don't know. Seems a little somebody's flying off on the let's snort through all this money or maybe smoke through it. I'm not sure what. But it's either that or maybe it's some kind of delirium tremens from not doing it. If he claims he's not doing it, this is an unbiased take. I don't know if the man's on drugs or not, but he's certainly acting like he is, or he's acting like he's 3 or 4 days off of them and needs to be back on them. I don't know. But there's no such thing as a restraining order in my life. I don't have so much as a probation officer. I don't have so much as a charge on my record for this previous event that Robbie and his girlfriend, named after a Prince grinding song, Darling Nikki. Anybody wondering where she got that name from? Still, I mean, I'm looking around, there's still no police. If the police were to show up here, as he's threatening to do, then it'll be time to exchange the information that we have with a person who actually does have a restraining order against them, and that's Save Robbie. You see, Save Robbie is in the middle of litigation over his own domestic violence and has a restraining order against him. So running around saying that I have one when I in fact do not have one, that's kind of ironic. So I think that it would probably bode well if this can get nipped in the fucking bud as quickly as possible. I haven't gone live in nearly a year. This is the first time I've turned a live camera on myself in at least a year. And in that time, my wife and I have rebuilt our marriage stronger than it's ever been. We're both in therapy. We both do everything in our power to stay close to God. And were either one of us actual abusers of the other one, none of that would be possible. None of it. Because Kim is the greatest woman that I've ever known, and I try to be the best man that I can be for her and the family that we have built together. And none of these rumors are going to do anything about that. But it definitely is time for me to stand up on her behalf and say to these idiots that are over there, right as we speak right now, threatening to call the police and to send welfare checks, wellness checks on Kim or whatever to try to get me thrown in jail. It will be all in vain. Nothing will come of that on our end. However, perhaps you need to consult your big book, or maybe whatever you consider a Bible, Robbie, and consider the effects that it might potentially have on you legally for calling in false reports and spreading defamatory statements about my wife on the internet, while you say things like, here's my junk, and post nude pictures of yourself on social media and talk about how you want to give Glenn, literally the class clown of YouTube, a blowjob. Uh, very, very, the truer I'll show. Oh, yeah. Well, Glenn, have at it, brother. If that's you, show every fucking thing you have. I don't care. Make up some shit to show. Use AI if you have to. You're a I don't know what you are. You don't amount to anything. There's nothing that you can effectively be called. And I'm glad you will do. Do it now, as a matter of fact. Do it now. I'm begging you. I beg you to. Because you really are just a bug. You're like a fly. I don't care what you post. I don't care what you, I mean, you're nothing, okay? My comments and my reason for going live at this point, let me see here. Let me go, and there we go. Is for Save Robbie, okay? I don't really care about Glenn. Glenn is a fucking gnat. I mean, he's like an ant. You put a little trap down and he'll run in the opposite direction. I don't care about Glenn. But that's the last I have to say about it for now. I'll tell you what. I'm going to sit out here. I'm going to keep eating my pizza rolls, waiting on the police. I'll show you. Go home. Play it right there. I'm not going to leave the porch until I'm done eating. And then I'll rejoin Natasha's live. Glenn, bring on whatever you've got, because that's amusing. Glenn is actually funny. And, but Robbie, you need to seriously put a trap down. I come back. You're a fucking idiot, dude. You're literally just annoying. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, whatever. Glenn, love you, buddy. And also, it's suplex, not duplex. As anybody who's ever come up with the term duplex thunder, a duplex is a building that you live in. That's not a wrestling move. So just the fact that you think it is still, that's all you'll ever be to me, brother. All right. So that's it for now. I will check in. If I'm getting arrested, which would be a miracle, I'll turn the camera back on so everybody can witness that. If you don't see me going live from this channel in the next 30 minutes, then I'm obviously going to be back on Natasha's and not in jail. So everybody have a good night. I will probably go live again at some point, maybe with my wife, that since we are legally married and allowed to be around one another. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I hope you will. Let's see here. No, I'm enjoying the fact that Glenn is so stupid that he'll come in with all his alts and I can go ahead and hide him from the channel. Glenn, tell me what. Tell me one thing that you know about us that no one else knows. There's gotta be at least one thing. Come back in under a alt. That would be fun. I'll sit here and wait for the police while you tell us what you know, because you've apparently got something on me or something on us that no one else has. Tropicana. Heat probably 2 pop ain't enough. Yeah. Oh, was he trying to post some? That's fun. Yeah. Still not hearing the sirens. I mean, I guess you guys would see like blue lights and shit if that was going to happen. No, I'm gonna try to get Glenn, get it out of your system. Keep coming in, buddy. You gotta have more to say. You were doing so well with the insults. Had me so terrified. No, they don't. Chunky Monkey. They don't. The famous Soren Kierkegaard said that boredom is the root of all evil, and I believe it. He goes on to say the unwillingness for one person to simply be themselves. They live in hell, being by themselves in their own skin. So they go around making everybody else as miserable as they possibly can for pure entertainment and distraction from their own poor, miserable lives. Yeah, Patty, pizza roll. Well, we skipped the combination style because the sausage kind of kicks the pepperoni flavor. So now we're back to pepperoni pizza rolls. Yeah, pizza roll. And they're so easy to make. I'll have to do a tutorial video. Set the oven to 425, stick them in the oven. 11 minutes later, take them out of the oven, turn the oven off. There we go. My first recipe video. And also use a pound of butter. Paula Zane, be proud. Stick a pound of butter on them. Throw some cheese in that shit. Eat them, nom, 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 nom. And then make some garlic butter. Air frying them is perfect. I know. Our air fryer's busted. We gotta get a new one. But the air frying them is absolutely the best way. Because then they're crunchy on the outside, yet soft in the middle. I can't tell you the quick recipe for that though. Set your air fryer for 10 minutes at 425. Drop a bunch in there, pull it out when it's done, eat them. Follow me for more recipes. And with that, I might sit out here and keep going. This is, you know what? This is gross to hear me going chomp, chomp, chomp. Look, I'll be back on Natasha's here in a minute. I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to go back in there because that's where my cigarettes are at. Just have my after pizza roll cigarettes, and I'll see you guys back over on Natasha's. If you look on my channel, you can see the ignorance that Robbie just said over in Nikki's chat about restraining orders. I posted them on my wall and decided that I would go live just to let you guys know there's absolutely no truth to any of that shit. And remind you that it is true for Robbie, who has a restraining order against him and is currently involved in a case of domestic violence that he is not finished with. NC is the Queen is watching. If you look for that, you get to her channel, and then it should say, as a matter of fact, it'll come up pretty quick because she's live. And I'll be over there in a few minutes. Peace, y'all.